Hello guys, welcome to Salesforce Drillers. In our previous video, we have discussed about Docker Hub. What is Docker Hub? And how we can create account in Docker Hub, how we can create a repository, and how we can log in to our Docker Hub account via terminal. So let me just recall my previous session again. So what is Docker Hub? Docker Hub provides us the facility to store our images, our custom images in a repository provided by Docker in Docker Hub. So that's what Docker Hub is. So you can refer to the Docker Hub video if you want to know more about Docker Hub. So now in this video we will go through the main example for Docker. So what we will do in this session, we will take the pull of Ubuntu image and then we will enter in that particular, we will try to run the container with that particular image, and then we will enter in the container and we will try to install some packages over there. So if you can see the documentation in salesforce.com. So what we are doing, we are pulling Ubuntu and then we are listing down Docker images and then we are running the container, then we are entering the running container. So let me just tell you, first it is showing sudo docker pull Ubuntu. So docker pull is a command in Docker that is used to take the pull of the image, or I can say that is used to download the image from Docker Hub. And it is not necessary that the image should be in your Docker Hub account. Whatever image name is mentioned after pull command, Docker will look for this particular image globally. Means all over the Docker Hub, Docker will look for this particular image and will download it to your local system, or I can say to your server. So let us have a look for that. So let us write sudo docker pull Ubuntu. So what we are doing, we are taking the pull of Ubuntu image. Now Docker, what will do, Docker will look for the Ubuntu image globally all over the Docker Hub, and where it will find this image, Docker will download this image to our system. So we'll press enter. So as you can see, it is downloading the image and it has completed the download. So Docker sudo docker pull Ubuntu. Docker pull means pulling an image from the Docker Hub, means pulling, or I can say downloading an image from the Docker Hub. And the image name is not necessary that it should be in your Docker Hub account. Docker will look for the image globally all over the Docker Hub. So now if I will list down the images, so I will write sudo docker images. So you can see an Ubuntu image has been downloaded. So this is the command for listing down the images, that is sudo docker images. If you want to have a look on the docker command, so there is a option, there is a topic for docker commands over here, in which all the necessary docker commands are mentioned that will be helpful and that we will be taking cover in our this demo purpose. So that is how we can list down our images by using sudo docker images. So it has shown us that there are two images, that is Ubuntu and Hello World. So Ubuntu was the image that we have just downloaded by using sudo docker pull. And Ubuntu, it is not necessary that it should be available in your Docker Hub account. Docker looks for the image name globally all over the Docker Hub. Okay, so now let us try to run the container using this particular image. So we'll write sudo docker run -it means in interactive mode, -d detach means in background, then our image name, that is Ubuntu. I'll press enter. So if you remember, when I have given you the Docker introduction, I told you that it combines or I can say it binds your application software packages and its dependencies in an image and runs a container that particular with the help of a particular image. So that is what we are doing. We are running a container with the help of Ubuntu image. That is sudo docker run. Run is a command that is used to run container. -it interactive mode and -d means detach mode. And then the image name. -d detach means in background. So if I'll do sudo docker ps, so it will show me that a container is in running state. PS means process. Okay, so this is a command to list down the running containers, that is sudo docker ps. Okay, so that is how we can run a container. So its command is written over here, that is sudo docker run -it -d Ubuntu. -it means interactive and -d means Ubuntu. So now next one is list down running container, that is sudo docker ps. ps stands for process, that I told you. Now we will enter this particular container. So to enter this particular container, we will write sudo docker exit. Exit means execute. -id means we want to enter in this particular container in an interactive mode. Then we will mention the container ID. Then /bin/bash. So it is the shell. So as you can see, we have entered the Ubuntu container. So if I will do ls over here, so it is a simple Ubuntu image that has nothing installed in it, a fresh Ubuntu container with no packages installed in it. So here I can execute all the Ubuntu commands like apt update. So you can see it has executed this command. We can execute all the commands of Ubuntu that we run on our system, because it is nothing, just a simple Ubuntu container that has run with the help of Ubuntu image. Okay guys, so that is how we can download, or I can say we can take pull of an image from Docker Hub. Sudo docker pull, then the image name, and it is not necessary that image should be in your Docker Hub account. Docker search for the particular image globally, and then it will download that image to our system, and then we can do sudo docker images, which will list down all of our images. Then we have run the container with the help of the image Ubuntu, that is sudo docker run -it -d Ubuntu, that is the image name, -it interactive mode, -d detach mode, that means in background. And then for showing the running container, we have used sudo docker ps, where ps stands for process. And for entering the container, we have used sudo docker exec, means execute, or I can say exec -it, then the container ID, then /bin/bash, that is the shell. So that is how we can enter our running container. So as I told you, it is a simple basic Ubuntu container. We can execute all the Ubuntu commands over here, and all those things are clearly mentioned in the Salesforce dealers website. So we have gone through this portion. We have taken let me just recall this session again. In this session we have taken the pull of Ubuntu image, and with the help of that image we have run a container, and then we have seen how we can list down the running containers by using sudo docker ps, and then we have entered in a running docker container by using sudo docker exec -it container id and big bash. Container id is this one, and the container id is always unique. It is not necessary that each and every time when you will try to run the container of Ubuntu it will give you the same id. It can give you another id, so it is a random, and every container is having its own id and it is unique, so no two containers will be having same id. So that's what about this session is. So in our next session we will learn about how we can push the image to Docker Hub. So thank you guys and happy learning.